how much kidnappers are taking from victims.
My thing is, government should, I think all the stakeholders should get that, and I think we get that. The 3% for the oil producing community is too low.
So the support that is needed, and once again, the support your airline people will blossom.
This is Nigeria. You need to give people sense of belonging.
Good morning. It's another edition of Inside Nigeria for this Thursday morning, November 25, 2021. My name is Bode Gbadebo. Of course, I have with me as usual, Winifred Ogbegu. Winifred, good morning.
Good morning, and to our viewers out there, good morning. Thank you for staying with us.
I don't know, did you notice anything?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so you noticed something. Okay. It's a nice day, it's a bright day. Our clothes, are matching with the sets and everything is appearing blue. Blue. Oh, okay, the sky is blue. All right, viewers, as usual, we're starting with Nigeria's most influential newspaper, The Leadership. On the front page of Leadership this morning, subsidy removal, Senate identity of beneficiaries of 2.4 trillion naira palliatives. Subsidy, Senate experts query identity of beneficiaries of 2.4 trillion naira palliatives. No provision for palliatives in 2022 budget, according to the National Assembly. And the federal government is saying the palliative will last for only 12 months. But Wilfred, I think the Senate and some of the experts who have spoken to leadership are asking the right question. Who are the beneficiaries of this 5,000 naira, monthly 5,000 naira transportation grant? Who are they? Where is the register? How credible is the register? We want to know them. Who are they?
But I read things as usual. The National Assembly of lawmakers, they are just asking. Because at the end of the day, they are not going to get answer and they are not going to even press for it. We saw what happened during the COVID-19 palliatives too. Remember how the SPA, what is her name now, told us that most of the beneficiaries who were benefits of the palliative, they want their name to be written down. You see how absurd it sounded then. At the end of the day, did anything come out of it? No, nothing come out of it. So, like we said yesterday, that how are they actually going to identify these poorest of the poor that they are going to send money to?
Yeah, who are they?
It doesn't make sense. Who are they?
And the Senate is asking their identity.
If you know, most of the poorest of the poor in Nigeria live in the rural areas, and they are unbanked.
You don't have a register of them.
Yes,
so
the large population of unbanked Nigerians.
I hope the money won't be just for politics. We share it to political followers.
And politics is close by. So
yes,
these are those places that they shore up money to remove at the end of the day to do politics. And that, I think this is one of them.
Okay.
Because it's not feasible. I don't see it as a feasible program.
Another puzzle that the leadership story is trying to unravel is the fact that the National Assembly is saying no provision for the palliative in the 2022 budget. They said by middle of 2022, subsidy will have been removed and there will be palliative, like the 5,000 naira transportation grants for poorest of the poor. Now, the National Assembly is saying, okay, where will you get that money from? Because the budget you have just presented to us for 2022, there is no provision of that money in that budget. So where will that money come from? Will it come from the sky? I think the members of the executive, the Minister of Finance, presidential spokesperson, and the rest of them, they have a lot of questions to answer.
And also, this budget presentation, policy statements, and sheets are always made because they know that Nigerians will not actually tax them. They can just say whatever they like, yes, and get away with it. You see, if you just make noise, make papers, headline stories, tomorrow next week everybody has forgotten about it and everybody has moved on. So like somebody pointed out that day, was it against your institute, that he was so surprised that the same FIROS budget, humongous budget that was presented to NAS was actually skate through passed to go. We saw
That's true
the
thing.
we saw the frivolous budget for things, for his refreshment, for custom, uniform for security,
It's an annual issue.
for this, and the nurse who raised outcry over it at the outset was the same nurse that
That's
passed
the
it
budget. Without
without
acting
any acting.
on the budget.
After they just say, "Oh, what is this?" So
I'm not
but
surprised.
it's just a ritual.
The
It's a
Senate
whole
President
ritual.
Ahmad told us from the beginning that, well, this is a new era, this is a new
No,
Senate.
we don't know.
It won't be fighting the executive.
Yes,
And whatever comes from the president will be actually attended to.
and they are made good at
I promise.
yes, they are actually made good at pledge.
I hope the members of the executive, starting from President Muhammadu Buhari, will answer the question on the history of the leadership newspaper by providing the identity of the beneficiaries of the proposed 5,000 naira transportation and grant, and as well the source of the money, because it is not in the proposed 2022 budget. We need to move away from that through our sister publication, the National Economy, which has a blue masthead.
Yes. National economy says the government spending will drive Nigeria's economy in 2022. That is Fitch. Government spending will drive Nigeria's economy in 2022. The federal government fought 2021 2.7% growth projection for Nigeria. Federal government fought 2021 2.7% growth projection in Nigeria. But you see what I'm talking about. Federal government is forcing the 2%. So then what has happened? Has anything changed since this year?
Well, Fitch is a global rating
Yes, rating, I
organization,
know.
and it is also saying, well, if we are able to increase our spending in 2022, that will drive the economy, which will stimulate
No,
the
I don't
economy.
have any issue with that.
That's
But
okay.
it's what the federal government is for. What the federal government
Yeah,
is
the
supporting.
growth projection for Nigeria.
No, the 2021 this year.
That's what I'm saying. The growth projection for
Exactly.
Nigeria, that 2.7% is not acceptable. Well, then it means the government needs to come out with its own figure.
Because
You are
I'm
rejecting
wondering,
the
so what has changed?
2.7% growth projection. That means you have to come with your own figure. But then,
Do we have a situation where we have foreign direct investment in the country low, and even those that are in the
Insecurity.
country, insecurity is as it was, then those are even private sector participation is minimal. So the government is even surprised. But that is why I'm surprised that the government is surprised that the 2.7%.
but probably they may also exceed that projection. We still have about a month to the end of the year. Probably
Anything can happen.
maybe, but I doubt. So 17% increase in our spending for the fiscal spending for 2022 compared to the 2021 budget. And this is big. Without corruption, we stimulate and drive the economy. It means more economic activities for people to do.
Yeah, it would be nice considering this high-ranking organization, Fitch. But we are hoping that the current government will actually rise up to the occasion in next year, 2022. You understand? Because it shouldn't be business as usual.
Of course.
The government, especially President Muhammadu Buhari, should walk the talk, and perhaps we can actually see Nigeria's economy rising next year.
All right, so we need to go on a short break. When we come back, we'll continue with the other dailies. Don't go away.
For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158 Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.
Inside Nigeria, keeping you informed on what matters.
Welcome back. It's still Inside Nigeria for this Thursday morning, November 25, 2021. And of course, we are reviewing front page of some national dailies, beginning from Nigeria's most influential newspaper, The Leadership, and we're done with our sister publication as well, The National Economy. And now we're going to the front page of the Punch newspaper. On the front page of the Punch newspaper, subsidy is still the same story.
Yes.
Subsidy, fuel subsidy, fuel subsidy. I think that's what we're talking about till the end of this year.
Yes.
That will be a new song. Subsidy Nigerians to
Unless
spend.
something else comes up.
Exactly. And what do you think can come up that will actually attract Nigerians' attention other than what that concerns them like fuel money?
Yeah, it will. For instance, I think there was something that was brewing that time suddenly, where the media was awash with auction of Desani's golden brass, and that alone took up attention. You know what? It's not took up the attention of Nigerians at that particular time. So anything can still happen, and anything can still come up at any moment.
Let's see from what perspective the Punch has the story. Subsidy Nigerians to spend 6.7 trillion naira on fuel in 2022. Subsidy Nigerians to spend 6.7 trillion naira on fuel in 2022. NLC said 4.5% palliative. Nigerians to pay additional 3.4 trillion annually on petroleum consumption. Cost of doing business will increase. Fuel-induced inflation inevitable, according to the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria. The same story on the front page of Leadership, but from different perspective. Punch went to big statistics as to how much Nigerians will spend to buy fuel in 2022, and the money is half Nigerian budget, almost half of Nigerian budget, 6.7 trillion naira in 2022. And like you said earlier, the Senate is supporting the palliative because Senate is not aware what is the source of the money. But look at the last rider. And this is what concerns everybody. This is the fear of everybody. Cost of doing business will increase, fuel increase, inflation inevitable. So is that why government think 5,000 naira is the solution? You give to only 40 million out of how many million productive Nigerians? I don't think this is tenable. And the earlier the government think out of the box, I think the better for us.
The 5,000 transportation fare.
Yes.
That will not take more than a week if it's going by.
No, the person they will not be giving it to. I don't think that those people are even the one who will be going from one place to the other.
So how in any way is it going to impact on the fear-induced inflation that we are going to have at the end of the day?
Of course, there'll be inflation.
Yes.
There'll be inflation. Just too much money chasing
Cost of doing
around
business
few goods
increase,
available,
exactly.
high cost of
Living,
exactly, and cost of doing business.
everything.
And this will negate the principles of our ease of doing business.
Going to skyrocket again.
Investors will be scared away, both local and foreign. People will be scared of bringing their money out to do anything because they might be afraid that there won't be profit. And of course,
And it's just coming at a time that we have so many hardships
already
already.
people are already grappling with
and,
insecurity.
yes.
We can't sleep with our two eyes closed. Then fear of lack of purchasing power in our pocket.
Okay. We already have inflation. The cost of goods, service and goods is high. Go to the market, you can't purchase even the mundane thing like salt. Salt.
The people now abandon their cars and start trekking to work or market or
And now
what?
you are saying that you want to remove subsidy. It's going to be it's going to be a jeopardy. Like I said,
But is the subsidy, let's be frank for once. Is the subsidy sustainable? No. It is fraught with
that's what
corruption.
I'm saying.
But
It's
I
not
think there are better
subsidy.
ways to go around this than outright removal of the
It's
subsidy.
the subsidy, that's what I keep saying. It's not sustainable. Like they said, it's not sustainable. And it's being a sword of Damocles hanging over our heads. By successful government, they send this subsidy, they are using trillions to service it, they are paying subsidy in trillions of naira. So yeah, I just think that it's high time they actually did away with it and let's see. And like I also said yesterday, we are not going to die. We face it. We've been facing the hardship very long since. So let's just see like this. Can't get worse than this. That's my take.
Well, I pray so. Okay, Winifred, the last paper on our menu today, that is the Nation newspaper. Okay,
Nation newspaper.
what do we have?
And Nation is taking a further reaction, obviously, to the proposed subsidy removal. Labour rejects proposed petrol price hike by government. Labour, that is the Nigerian Labour Congress, rejects proposed petrol price hike by government. It says source, the same on the rider says source of 5,000 naira transport grant to 40 million Nigerians not yet determined, says Minister. Senate, no provision for palliative in next year's budget. And NLC, that is Nigerian Labour Congress, says no agreement with government. But the sorry situation, the most sorry situation in all this is Labour. Labour has failed Nigerians. This one that they are just like this. Labour has become a bulldog that cannot bite.
A total bulldog. So,
Yes.
but do you want them to be fighting government all the time?
No, at the
They
end
just
of
made
the
their
day,
position known
it's
now.
not that
They are saying,
like,
well, this your decision will not be acceptable to us.
everything
We are rejecting it.
Nigerian is just all about petrol.
Because I know for sure Labour is the first opponent the government will have to contend with
Not that it is
about
that
this subsidy
Labour-
before even the generality of Nigerians. Labour will not take this because they want to factor into their minimum wage. And how many are they compared to the rest of us who are in the private service, not in the public service? So who will now increase our own salary? So you can see. And virtually all the newspapers today have this story of subsidy
Yes.
on their cover. And you could look at the reportage, it's negative. So it shows that the decision is not popular. And that's more reason why government should look at this and say, oh, from what the media reported today, I think we need to have a rethink and shelve the idea or bring up a more innovative, more masses-friendly way of doing away with the fuel subsidy. Yes, I believe fuel subsidy is not sustainable. It is fraught with corruption, but the very model they want to adopt to remove it by saying I want to pay some people
5,000.
that's another corruption.
Exactly.
And let me tell you, you know that money is even bigger than the money for subsidy.
Subsidy.
So what are we talking about?
Exactly.
What are we talking
It
about?
is.
So I think they should just
The total money is even bigger than the subsidy they are
exactly
proposing
they
to
just have a
remove.
repaint.
So,
It shows because if they actually read newspapers, government people, and they also consider public opinion in the decision making process. Today's reportage about first of shows that it is unpopular and they should have a repaint.
but when has most of government policies or what they are doing been popular? But they still go about and impose it on hapless Nigerians.
Exactly.
But if
Force it down our
if
throats, they know we
only-
can't do anything.
Exactly.
When you
If
go on the street to
only-
protest, the gun is waiting for you. So you can imagine. What kind of democratic space do we have?
the gun is waiting for you. But you see, I read yesterday that the German government through the ambassador, they were proposing to train and Nigerian police in order to have how to interface with protesters. That this modern day they need to train about 20,000 of our policemen. And I read what the Muslim Smith said in reaction to that. He said, "Oh, that they don't know. In as much as it's a welcome development, but that they don't know what the Nigerian police is, are grappling with. That most protesters come up armed, and I was like,
Yeah,
what?
maybe because
Armed?
you don't want to, when you hold stone too, you are harmed. I don't believe that's the situation all the time. We have miscreants.
When you
We have
said
miscreants,
okay,
but the genuine protesters don't go out
protesters go
armed.
and I'm like,
And of course, you expect the police to defend itself in that situation. You want to defend yourself,
so
even when you are not saying the truth.
civil society organizations, when we go, you know that they are armed, and yes, you allow them to walk free.
Okay, even if they
It
are
is-
armed,
it
can
is
they use
a-
that arm on you when you are providing security and protection for them?
No,
No.
that's it. They don't.
And that is what is obtainable the world over. You provide security protection for genuine protesters. Since they are not on the disruption
No,
street.
so they are armed, and you allow them to walk free. And what does the law say about being armed for somebody to possess a firearm?
Well, Winifred, it's not all bad news today. If you go back to the front page of Leadership and you also check through the front page of other newspapers, you will see chilling news about Nigerian Air, the proposed
Oh, yes.
national carrier. Remember, we hosted some guests a few
Yeah.
months ago asking them Nigerian Air to be or not to be. But eventually, it will be. Sometime in April 2022, the Nigerian Air will come on stream. Let's see the front page of Leadership. The story below the masthead. Air Nigeria plan take off in April 2022. So, cheering news, good news. So, it's not all bad news today. The cheering news, they say when it takes off, about 70,000 Nigerians will be employed. 70,000 will be employed. And look at the model 95% by private investors. Government will only control 5% equity shares in the Nigerian Air. And that's our national carrier.
That would be
And I believe this will boost our image, it will boost the economy, and a lot of things will come with it positively. And I hope you'll be able to fulfill the promise.
another 49% will be reserved for yet to be and now assigned strategic equity partners.
They are all private investors. So if you sum all together, that's 95. While government will only control 5%.
5% is not too many.
What? But it will be a national carrier. I think they are adopting the model in some
At least
countries.
the shares, federal government shares should be a tangible one. But be that as it may, it's a good development, and that's
Exactly.
something that everyone look forward to. And everyone is hoping that Nigeria should learn from this past,
Mm.
and so that it will be able to move ahead and forge ahead with these plans, this proposed national carrier. Does not have oil.
The popular
Does not have
Ethiopian here,
Yet it
flying to
relies
all parts
on-
of the world.
Yes, relies
And
on,
highly patronized in
national
Nigeria.
carrier. Oh yes.
Patronized. Rwanda Air, the Ghana Air, the British Airways, this American popular airline, the Delta airline, Lufthansa and the rest of them.
Why make Ethiopia is just that it's an African airline. It's making so much for the country. It's become one of its revenue earners.
So maybe Nigeria is just trying to establish its giant of Africa status correctly now. Because without a national carrier, you can't be a giant of Africa. When we have some African countries, they are not claiming giant of Africa with national carriers. You can't. You can't.
So I just hope, and I'm happy with great expectations that this time around they'll be able to make something good, concrete from this Air Nigeria. And you know that Nigerian Airways then, it had so many assets which they stripped up and sold
They
at
sold off.
pitiable
Prices to themselves, houses and the rest of them.
Exactly. Even
Everything
they
was
have
zero.
houses, even UK then, they sold them off.
It was a
to
darling
themselves.
airline in Africa. You were
It
told
was
it was a
just like
darling airline.
Daily Times of Nigeria.
Exactly. And Winifred, talking about giants of Africa, it's not about lack of national career. Even medical tourism. That's what Nigeria believe. I want to talk about medical tourism. It's only Europe and America. No. You know, even in Africa, Nigerians from the north travel to Egypt
Yes.
for medical
Go to
treatment.
Ghana. Some people go to
So it means the giant of Africa status is not true, except we are able to establish ourselves in those
Yes.
areas correctly and become a model for others.
that's why it is.
All right, congratulations to Nigeria as Air Nigeria is about, or is yes, it's about to take off in few months' time. That's about 5 months from now.
Yes.
70%, 70,000 Nigerians will be employed, and of course, the economy will be boosted with that. I hope President Muhammadu Buhari government will fulfill its promise. Well, thank you, viewers, for being with us from the hour of 10 till this moment. It's time to go.
Thank you so much. That's been a newspaper review in Inside Nigeria. For more of the stories on leadership, just go to our website.
Yeah, www.leadership.ng. You get all the stories. And as well, you can also join us by 11 o'clock this morning for a special live interview with the Director General of the National Agency for the Control of AIDS, NACA, ahead of the December 1 World AIDS Day 2022. All right. 2021.
When you keep saying yourself,
World AIDS Day 2021. 2022 is a long, it's 1 year again. Because another December of 2022. All right, from here, I am Winifred. It's bye for now.
Bye.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.